Baguio. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a rousing applause to the St. Louis University Glee Club and the University of the Cordilleras Dance Company.
Maganda naman yung museum.
Sa gitna ng mga pagsubok at mga hamon na kinakaharap, ang maglingkod ang naging pangunahing layunin. Sa gitna ng pang-araw-araw na paggawa at pagsilbi, mabuti at magandang Baguio ang adhikain. Pagkalipas ng 100 araw na panunungkulan, pakinggan po natin ang ulat at mensahe ng ating butihing mayor. Ladies and gentlemen, the State of the City Address of Honorable Mayor Benjamin B. Magalong.
Let us take our seats. I would like to acknowledge the presence of our distinguished councilors led by the Hagabol Tino Oloan, Vice Mayor. Not a lot of people knows about this. Our barangay officials. Without them, our 100 days will not be that successful. Officials of the line agencies of government, members of the advisory council, our department heads, men and women in uniform, led by General Bong Dixon, our city employees, members of the press, members of the mayor's office, led by the city administrator, Bonnie de la Peña, our visitors from the academy. I would like also to acknowledge the presence of my lovely wife, Arlene, and my son, Kobe. Sa atin pong lahat dito, magandang umaga po sa inyo. We have 2 presentations for today, and the most detailed of our 100 days will be presented at the multipurpose hall. Isang masaya at magandang Baguio sa ating lahat. On this fine sunny day, let me preface my brief report by thanking God Almighty. He who has been sent or has been the silent force these past 3.5 months for making possible the good, righteous life that we had together. Nothing indeed has passed us by without His loving, watchful stewardship. Salamat aming Diyos Ama sa lahat ng biyayang aming natanggap at ibinigay din sa ating mga kababayan. From day one of our journey together, nothing would have eventually taken place without the entire workforce of the city government solidly supporting and doing shared work every single day of the last 113 days. I thank them all, especially our Vice Mayor Tino Oloan and each of the 12 city councilors, our department heads, and their respective personnel. I express my genuine gratitude to our barangay officials for their cooperation and for being responsive to our various citywide projects and strategic direction. Thank you, Apo. I thank our Congressman Mark Go, who is presently in Europe, for committing all-out support in helping us realize the 15-point collective agenda of governance in this our journey together. Salamat po sa inyong lahat sa suporta, tiwala at paniniwala na sa pagkakaisa ating makakamit ang inaasam na kaayusan, katahimikan at kasaganahan ng ating minamahal na lungsod. Truly, all of us to the last man and women standing here, yes, we have all gone through an exciting and exhausting 113 days. Together, we have experienced the joys and pains of honest and hard work in the service of our people. We have walked the road of righteousness, met stumbling blocks along the way, but because we did not slacken, because we persevered, because we remain focused. We have endured and gained greater strength in pushing our way. Let us say with pride and pleasure, there is no turning back. We must stress that all through every defining moment of the last 113 days, we face challenges made more huge and intimidating by the day. It is clear that making Baguio better does not happen overnight. Certainly not in a matter of days and weeks and months. In unity and cooperation with one another, we must continue doing our work the only way it should be done, the right way, and every single step of the way. What we have accomplished in the last 100 days, has there been much in humble response to the towering expectations of our people? Have we experienced the wonder of glistening achievements? Are we anywhere near achieving our sense of purpose? Are we on the right track? Instead, let us draw inspiration from the sense of emerging transformation that has steadily built up from day one. These past 113 days were simply starting points to show us the right way of doing things right. We were merely on the threshold of new beginnings. Yes, I take note with pride that while being on the road and on our toes every single step of every singular way, we are experiencing old mindsets now giving way for new paradigms. Government services are now being fast-tracked without having to sacrifice quality of work. Funding support, national or local, is coming our way. National support has even more concretized on the major needs to rehabilitate our environment, to address traffic, to modernize acts of governance, to upgrade what has been endeavored for the public good, to make every worker in government, with or without rank, a sterling example of a true public servant. These are the mindsets that we are committed to upgrade in all aspects of good governance. Tiny steps done each time can make a journey of 1,000 miles worth taking. Less than exemplary attitudes just don't work anymore when challenges are getting bigger and more punishing each day. Reforming long-held mindsets must now yield to new ways of doing things faster and better. We are now in the process of distilling these reforms into clear-cut policy directions. Work attitudes are steadily changing, not merely in response to our people's clamor, but because most of our city officials and employees have taken the initiative to get out of their comfort zone and embrace a new norm. Make the impossible possible. As we move forward, let us perform public service with a sense of greater transparency and accountability. Along this line, during my first days in office, I immediately disclosed our financial figures to our city officials and employees, including money in the banks for better planning purposes. Let us remain faithfully committed to manage city assets and resources with prudence and care. The time is now to engage our citizens all the more and make public the exact financial status of the city. You and I know well enough that too much government funds in the custody of our authorized banks will only mean less funds for critical needs, critical public needs. Serving our people the best way we can. That is what our journey together will mean in the end. To make Baguio better, we should be better than ourselves and be better than the rest. That is why we must be constantly reminded of good governance principles that have served as our torchlights for the past 113 days. Ethics, integrity, transparency, accountability, competence, and strong leadership, fairness, humility, and purity of intentions. And most importantly, humility in all things we think, we say, and we do. Upon these values, with policy decisions and actions, be measured, giving a premium to humility over authority, to character over career, to honest and hard work as exacting standards for effective leadership. I am grateful and truly humbled by an encouraging feedback from our citizens. A phrase stands out among the feedback I have received: kayang-kaya pala. I am especially in debt to the various volunteer groups that have shown what civic citizenship can achieve when their combined force unleashes power into the forefront of cooperation and collaboration. Kaya pala natin. Thank you, Ako. Planting trees, cleaning up roads, surroundings, and the city market, making their presence felt at every turn. These we have to be grateful. After all, it is sacrifice in the highest order when one offers time, talent, and treasure for the betterment of our city. This is citizenship worth emulating by everyone in public or private work. Indeed, faced with the awesome challenges that we have embraced, we must realize that it takes more than 113 days to harness all resources at our disposal for the greater good. The national government, as exemplified by the President, will stand by us with full uncompromising support to get Baguio through forbidding challenges. In the end, from where we are, our collective efforts will hardly be enough to put in place the solid, strong foundations that will sustain even more what we have been done. Let us move forward from a sense of unshakable purpose, achieving small victories from each defining work we do. I reiterate with greater emphasis, we will continue to be unrelenting. We will not slacken from the decisive steps that we have taken. We will never let up. And because we will be working with rather than over each other, we will not falter and fail our people of Baguio. I remember the words of Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he said, "Don't tell me it cannot be done." Today, let us embrace and feel the breath of fresh air in Baguio's glorious transformation. After all, today's aspiration may well give us the vision of a city whose people thrive in peace, prosperity, and pride. As one who has been witness all this time, and I beg indulgence that need endeavors, ours will be an enduring truth that no lies and falsehood will ever outshine. Because we all know the best is yet to come. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Diyos ti Agnina, kadatayo amin ako.